Hello and welcome to HoI4 Kaiserreich with the Italy campaign, and well, you guys overwhelmingly did vote and showed your preferences in the comments down below, so the results are in. It is 88 votes for Stephen X, 73 for Julius IV, 27 for John XIII, and 19 for Pius. So Pius lost this race fairly hard, so we are going for... Oh dear, Stephen X. So, Stephen X becomes leader of the Authoritarian Democratic Party, which is the popularity of Authoritarian Democrats to 20% against Stephen X, which grants head of government Authoritarian Democrat, happy amateur consumer power with 5% political. Okay. Eugene, biased intellectual, desire to call allies plus 10%, same ideology. Monthly opinion 65%, improve relations goes down. Let's see, construction speed. Oh, administrative genius, nice. 5% construction speed, 2% research time, and 10% factory output. And we gain Elia Cardinal dalla Costa, which is a security minister, paternal autocrat, compassionate gentleman, national unity 5%, local resource gain 10%, local manpower 5%, and local factory 10%. I like this guy. All right, so Stephen now is in power, which means that we can also research here, darling Stephen. Now, I've also been going through the comments. Okay, so we just bypass this one. Okay, that's fine. Pope Stephen X. We're gonna feed the poor. The overwhelming majority of you actually requested to go for re-establishing the monarchy or the Roman Empire. I don't know if that's the same thing. Don't know. But that's what we're going for. Also, I got an advice. If Austria goes to war with Hungary, get in there. You'll be able to take your cores back. Because they got quite a few of them. But at least we consider... Well, we don't consider any of this actually a course for ourselves. Strangely enough. Anyway, yeah, so let's just continue where we left off. And high popularity. The civilian support of our ruling party has reached high levels which influence our political power. Our political position is entrenched in only the most divisive reforms needed for personal investment. So we get more daily political power because, well, we have a large majority authoritarian democracy in our nation, which is pretty damn good. There is only very high popularity, which just boosts our daily political power gain even more. Currently we're gaining 0.6 a day because we're losing from decentralized state a bit, but we are gaining quite a lot back. Oh, that's actually interesting. It only boosts at 1 is the base instead of what in normal HoI4 where 2 is the base. Okay, the commune condemns the Pope. Reacting to the recent ascension of Pope Stephen X, the syndicate Italian commune to the south has condemned the Holy Father and the Church in a public speech. We must respect to this insult. Well, personally, I am more for love thy enemies, but yeah, I don't really think you should insult me, sir. So we issue a encyclical against syndicalism, because we are preparing for war against them to begin with. We just don't have the industry yet to do so, but we are building. We are definitely building. All right, modifying the government. Now I could go for save up and go for higher stability. That might actually be pretty nice to do so. Let's take a look. We're gonna have an intelligence minister, industrial specialist. We could take him. Decryption, 5% and less research time. Decryption and daily political power gain. Research time. Also industrial specialist. Social liberals, social conservatives. So wait, there's a lot of... So this just gives me encryption. Encryption. Daily political power gain and decryption. Decryption, daily political power gain. This is this daily political power gain, sortie efficiency. Oh, this one was pretty good. Strategic bombing and supply consumption, which is pretty good. Research time. So, Giuseppe Pella, he is a social conservative. Well, that's at least a pretty good one. We have no theorists for our country. And there's a lot of this stuff here. An air and or naval manufacturer. That means that you can just have more... Oh, that makes sense, to be honest. Heavy equipment, military staff. Nah, we'll stick with this for now. All right. Research. It is 1936. We barely played anything. I just. We don't have the industry for tanks really, so let's just start with the basics. Gonna get the AA guns because I think I'm gonna swap out the artillery with anti-air guns, which lowers our soft attack a little bit but gives us a little bit more hard attack. Or I'll just drive them both. I kind of grew to love these guys. The end of American democracy. Surprisingly, news have arrived from the United States of America today. President Herbert Hoover, whose administration has proven to be incapable of stabilizing the divided country and calming down the CSA and the AFP militants, has invited General Douglas MacArthur to take reins of the country with a junta of military men and corporate representatives. President MacArthur is a strong proponent of an iron fist rule and opposes both syndicalism and American pacifism. Well, it is a military general. Large-scale crackdowns on enemies of America have already been reported. Troubling. So, they are, yeah, Douglas MacArthur, one of the legendary generals of World War II. Which haven't happened yet, which has not happened yet, which haven't happened yet? Jesus, that's not even... Alright. So, you even took the French flag? You're a traitor. Alright, we feed the poor. The Treaty of Bucharest in 1918 officially ended the Weltkrieg for Romania, but at what cost? The nation was now dominated by German and Austrian industries. Oltenia was demilitarized and the oil fields were leased to Germany up to the distant year of 2012. Wow. The humiliation Romania endured resulted in its devolving into a national populist dictatorship led by the conductor Corneliu Codrenu and his Iron Guard set out to restore Romania to what they say it should have been, a titan of the Balkans. The first major move conducted by the Conducator is the remilitarization of Oltenia, a strategic region in Wallachia with large oil reserves and military industry. It's no more than a Romanian walking into their own backyard. Kinda is true. A lot of demilitarization was a bit weird, considering. Riots of protest at Rangoon University. Dissatisfaction with the lack of popular involvement in the government has sparked some of the greatest demonstrations in Burma since their independence in 1926. Stemming from the great and prestigious Rangoon University, radicalized leftist students have occupied several administrative buildings and held rallies denouncing the monarchy and its feudal backers as being corrupt and detrimental to the welfare of the nation. Still, the demonstrators haven't managed to garner the support of the industrial workers and rural farmers, restricting the budding movement to the Burmese intelligentsia. Let's follow these developments. Yes, let's do. Okay, we actually rises the masses, gains recruitable population, percent force rate. And I can modify the government? Not yet. We're gonna go for the... and I need what? I need a little bit more rubber. We'll trade with the Netherlands. I think they deserve a little bit of a trade. Just such a small country. You know? Let's see, what else have we got? Okay, I just sneezed. You might have heard a small click twice. I hate the fact that this mute button on the microphone has a clicker in it. It also has a flashing light, so I know when it's pressed, so the clicker is kind of redundant. Because the mic actually picks it up, which is like... Wouldn't mind if it had a clicker, if it didn't pick it, the mic didn't pick it up. We're at the end of 1936. I think excavation is going to be important. Yes, let's start getting ground battle. Get our doctrines up early. The American... Oh... The American Union State declared war on the United States, and the American Union State declared war on the Combined Syndicates of America. So... the US just split into three, right? American Union State, which is a paternal autocrat. So these are technically more in favor of me, but also look, these are both in the normal sense of the word, but rather a general term as government that holds towards citizens. The peoples are all subject of the leader, either king or a dictator. The spread of the godless syndicates throughout the world has affected America. Many people wish to help the American Union State win a moral righteous victory over the CSA. So apparently these are religious people. In that case, we'll send some manpower and some equipment. The Second American Civil War. To uneducated foreigners, it might seem like the crisis in the United States happened out of nowhere, but experts agree that this was a civil war years in the making. Ever since the collapse of the New York Stock Exchange in 1925, the economy of the United States has been in constant downturn. Now the United States had devolved into a three-way civil war between the loyalists of the old government, the syndicalist combined syndicates of America, and the conservative xenophobic American Union State. There have already been reports of arriving volunteers from Europe to fight in a faction of their liking. The Second American Civil War might be just the first of many battlefields between the great powers of the world in this tough time for humanity. A troublesome development. The United States declared war. So yes, it is a three-pronged civil war. Yeah, well, I think we should support the guy that we should be able to support. You know, we're sending our holy warriors across the world. Democracy prevails in the Philippines. Having just achieved independence from the United States, the Philippines face today perhaps one of its most serious challenges a new country could face. Inspired by the combined states of America and Bharatiya Commune, disgruntled army officers marched into Manila to support rebelling peasants and workers. Luckily, their attempt was quickly thwarted as loyalist units in the army reaffirmed their support for and intervened in favor of the legitimate democratic Filipino government and drove the rebellious army out of the capital, ending the threat of a syndicalist coup before it could even happen. The United States taught them well. I think, yes, all in all, we would prefer democracies and all that kind of stuff over anything else. I'm gonna actually change this slightly. Just gonna redo a lot of this. We need to go up. Okay, so we're just gonna redo this entirely. We need how many? Let's see, 16, 17, there we go. Train them one at a time. All right. Support equipment and motorized equipment. So I'm just gonna stop this production for now and focus a little bit more on these two, because these are the ones that we're actually using. All right, so overwhelming favor in the comments, because this was not something I asked before, but the overwhelming favor in the comments went between either a democracy or a monarchy, and I think, if I just going by the comments, I think the biggest favor is here for reinstating the monarchy. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we now have more than enough points to get very good stability, and we'll go for early mobilization, which leads to better industry. Also, it's really nice to have 500,000 manpower, even though our laws are just at volunteer only. And we're still gonna gain more from these states here. There's not a high population factor here. Let's see, there's about the 3s, 8 million, 11 million. Oh, there's another 4 million there. It's almost 15 million people. Wow, how much do I have in total in my country? 27 million. So we'll just get another 1/3 of our country back if we just do that correctly. Brada models. All right, so far we're not really using them, but we will. I'm gonna ensure that. But I think our industry is currently the most important thing that we have. So we're gonna go for not more factories and state. We're gonna go for construction first, because we're just mostly building our factories. The fall of Washington, the Dominican can probably declare war on Haiti. Somebody corrected me in another video that I should pronounce this as Haiti in English. I wonder how the locals pronounce it. Because we pronounce it as Haiti. Anyway, Syndicate militias have advanced towards and captured the symbolic capital of the United States, Washington, D.C. They stormed the Capitol building and met with strong resistance, but eventually they broke through, and the flag of the combined Syndicate of America now flies over the US Capitol. Rumors are that the syndicalist militias have been rounding up all political representatives they could find in the city and gave them a trial, although unconfirmed sources claim that important government figures have been evacuated during the battle, with their current whereabouts unknown. Whoever controls Washington, D.C. controls America, at least once the fighting is over. So the American Union State... So we would... I don't want to support these, so not these guys. Can I send volunteers? Yes, I can. One division is a limit here. Okay, so we have already supported these guys before. The American Union State. So, the Second American Revolution... Okay, these are all have their own focuses. That's really interesting. Okay, these guys are the same, the revolutionaries. No, actually they don't. Wow, that's impressive. I really like the depth of this mod. But we don't like the combined Syndicates of America, so we're gonna send some volunteers. Pronto. Get one guy here, get him a commander. Somebody with not much skill. Alright, you... Oh wow, and these guys also broke off, but they're not at war. Right, so we're gonna send the American Union State, we're gonna send a single volunteer division. Get some army experience as well as anything else. Alright, so you did accept? Yes, forces are in transfer. Building your military, what does it do? Oh, get some army experience and you get some more army experience. I don't think it's experience that you need, buddy. I think it's army what you need. Anyway. One division arrived. Very good. Alright. Well, let's see. So, are we... Yes, you are at war with the other guy. Like, seems like you have very little actual army. Crisis on Dumboop. Ah, this is our opportunity. Despite the victory in the Weltkrieg, the Austro-Hungarian Empire appeared to be bound to collapse. The Ausgleich of 1927 negotiated with Emperor Otto when Emperor Otto still was a child, managed to preserve it, though via granting extensive rights to most of the minorities in the empire. However, the Hungarians were angered by this fact and sought to establish a domineering position in the empire, whilst the Habsburgs were still interested in retaining that role. Many put high hopes on the Ausgleich of 1937 to preserve the monarchy, but it appeared that all diplomacy has failed. Hungary and Austria have separated and have even gone into conflict with each other, a war that is bound to affect any of the autonomous territories in the empire. Europe is never going to be calm. This kind of makes sense, because Europe never has been calm. Anyway, somebody in the comments suggested, if they go to war, go with it. And I think... Claim the Venice and... Okay, now that we can... It was a goal... Okay. Yeah, this probably is a bad idea, but... Okay, so we will gain core claims. We'll declare war on the Austrian Empire. But everybody will hate me. Ugh. This is one of those scary things. I don't really have an army yet. But they will be fighting mostly at each other. Well, let's do it. Okay, so Romania gets hit from two sides. Remilitarized Venetia. Okay, so we just bypassed a event. Where is that? Okay. Okay, so either we do it now or we do it at whenever, you know, we want to. But we're only at war with Austria. We should only be at war with Austria, but we might... Okay, no, yeah, we're only at war with Austria. And I need these guys to support the lines. Priority changes now towards that. There we go. This will also send home my volunteers. Okay. apparently we get also war with... Are they a puppet of... Ah, yes, they are. Some aggression might be good. Approach autocracy, very good. Modifying the government. Gonna stick with it for now because we are at war, so would prefer not to. Centralize the state. Removes the decentralized state. Fly here in the region of the Alpines. Do some bomber interception if you can. Non-aggression pact from Hungary, very good, because Hungary might not like the fact that we just did attack part of what they could consider part of their nation. Hungary and Arngard Romania has signed a white peace. Oh wow, Hungary, you just got squished. But we might be able to, because we're marching in here from the other side, might have a very good war. Ground battle plan, very good. Alright, we're in 1937. I'm not even using engineering equipment. Reinforced rates also is pretty good. Alright. We're having severe equipment issues, which is mildly sucks, but... The Tsardom restored. The Russian Republic created in the last years of the World Creek appears to be only last 20 years before it ended. Plagued by disorder, conflict, and ineffective governments, the Republic lost support of the people, and the Russian agencies now report a successor, Nicholas II, is finally coronated as the new Tsar of the nation. While it's not known how different the international stance of this reborn Russian emperor will be, or even if the coronation of the Tsar will have any effect in saving the country, numerous monarchs across the world have already congratulated the Romanovs on regaining their divine birthright. But I thought they hated them. That is actually exactly my thoughts. You weren't that friendly before. Okay. So far, peace with Austria. We've liberated Venice and Trento. Because of Austria's weak position, they probably have no chance of taking it back. We'll probably accept a peace offer. I would like this, yes. Very good. Okay, so we've regained our historical borders here, which is exactly what we set out to do with this war. This was just a way for me to get back that land. Damn you, Austria, but thank you for not being... we probably could have taken more, but that was not the point of the war. As a player, I would have probably kept pressing on, because I think there is an opportunity here to be had. Oh, the Czechs just attacked as well. Well, Hungary, you made a mistake there. Yeah, but I think we did overall pretty good. Oh, hell yes. This is pretty good. Yeah, just industrial research time and production. Hell yeah. I'll take an intel minister of this guy, because supply consumption is also really good. Okay, I'm happy. Missing equipment and production, fighters. I'll just set them up here, and at some point I would like to have these guys. Are you actual bombers or just interwar bombers? Nah, they're just tacticals, so they're not worthwhile. Alright, Hungary has been annexed and Austria just became a little bit bigger. Oh wait, you... Okay. I don't know how you got that back, but sure. Okay, expand the Austrian military. Well, you probably hates me because... Ita ad aus. Okay. The Kaiser promotes protection. The Kaiser has promised to help our country should it international attempt to topple our government. This is a very good step towards establishing a counterbalance for the increasingly hostile international socialism. Say good. Gets a political power, a promise to protect us, German Empire. Very nice. And our states have been centralized, so we no longer have the decentralized state. That means we just get a little bit more political power per day. And we're going to re-establish the monarchy with this. So the Pope would then technically, I think, stand down as the de facto leader of the country. And it will be taken over by a king. Which doesn't really change that much, because the seat of power is still held by a singular entity. But I think it's always better to... I don't know actually if this really matters, if there's the religious side of things here. It seems so far that... I don't know how much religion actually drives these... a lot of the events that are currently happening. The foundation of the Belgrade Pact. Serbia, Romania and Greece, the 3 Balkan members of the Entente, all with revanchist views of their own, have recently gathered at a common table of negotiations and recently announced the beginning of the Belgrade Pact. While this pact puts a lot of focus on the cultural discussions of preserving the Balkan identities, it is also a military alliance between the participants, seemingly directed at the countries separating them and holding their ancestral lands. This new development is a big thorn in Bulgarian domination over the Balkans, but only the incoming reactions of the other central powers can determine whether that yields any fruit. Hopefully the Balkans would start another world war. Yeah, I can kind of get behind that. Because it makes a lot of sense that you really would not like to see that. Well, just stop. Don't assassinate any Austrian, you know, people. Why do you have an infantry equipment issue? Is it just your artillery? Oh, right. We'll do it like this, I guess. Get some tungsten. Really, I have like 0 tungsten. Okay, well. The 4th Balkan War. Well, big fucking surprise. A country reborn in the Balkans after welcoming Greater Bulgaria, the titan of the peninsula, and united all Bulgarian lands and beyond this kingdom. And beyond. There's a period there. This kingdom for all Bulgarians was born with bloodshed and war, though defeating Serbia, Greece and Romania in the Weltkrieg, a move that these 3 nations are still bitter about today. This tension led to the formation of the Belgrade Pact, and this alliance of the Balkan states now declared war on the Tsardom, throwing the region into conflict yet again. Will Tsar Boris III save his nation from his overwhelming force, or will his kingdom be divided once more? So... Bulgaria is the one that's now fucked up? Yeah, Boris III. Oh man, you're getting crushed. Yeah, you're not gonna survive this, buddy. Right, get more industry. Unfulfilled import requests. What are we talking about here? Oil from the United States. Yeah, big surprise. It's now held by somebody else. Okay, so how are you doing there? American Union State is surviving, but will, in all likelihood, not do so. As long as the Combined Syndicates of America reestablish the monarchy and the Kingdom of Italy. Pope Stephen X, or Stephen, has decreed that the monarchy in Italy is to be restored. The question remains, who shall become king? The 2 suitable candidates are Amedeo of Savoia-Aosta and Joseph von Österreich-Toscana. Sorry. The House of Savoy-Aosta is the cadet branch of the House of Savoy. Savoia, although the main branch was exiled after the Weltkrieg and is generally hated and despised by the population. Amedeo is popular and well liked. And the other hand, Joseph is not only the Grand Duke of Tuscany and the Archduke of Austria, he's also a valuable military leader. But he is well liked. Social liberals. Huh. Liberal becomes the ruling party. Public elections will not be held. So this will keep me the authoritarian democracy, and this will give me the social liberal party. Let's see, social liberals, social liberals. There's a very little popular vote. It gains 30%, but still, that's not enough. You're only at 3, so. Happy amateur. Austrian Emperor gets the approved. Happy amateur. So. I don't really know what to do here. You know what? We're at 30 minutes, so I could just run another vote. Okay. You know, this is really becoming a something as we're gonna do together. Yeah, I'm gonna put another straw poll in it. Who do you want to see as our new king? Will it be Amedo of Savoia-Aosta or Joseph von Österreich-Toscana? Please vote on the straw poll, and because it's really difficult to rate the comments and how many goes which way. So if you really have an opinion about this, you know, vote on the straw poll. It's the easiest way for me to see. So Armedo of Savoia-Aosta and or Joseph from Österreich-Toscana. And here you can see these stats once more. So it's social liberalism or authoritarian democratic. I think my preference goes for Joseph. Even though it's not, he doesn't seem like a true Italian. I kind of want to keep the authoritarian democracy going here. Anyway, with that, I want to thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.